We are ready to go with our first lesson on reading today, but the only thing that we're really going to be doing today is introducing ourselves to the book. You don't have to start reading it today. You're going to need three things for today's lesson. Number one, the book. Number two, the journal. The journal is in your 3-ring binder under the reading divider. And number three, a pencil. Okay, not everything is online here. So the first thing you need to do is get those three things, pause the video, and come back when you have them. On the front cover of the journal, you are going to write your name, your teacher's name, and the date you started it, which is today's date. Okay. All right. Now turn the page, and it says Introduction to the book. There's a series of questions, and you're going to write those answers in that blank spot next to it. So the first one says, what year was the book published? Okay. So you're going to find that inside on the Verso page. For the purposes of this activity, if you wanted to say the publication date and the copyright date are exactly the same, I'm fine with that. But just so you're aware that just because you copyright it, that's usually not the same year that you publish it. And sometimes they publish it again 10 years later, 20 years later. And that's why some, covers are a little more modern looking. But it is very interesting to know when it was first written, such as the copyright dates. So write the date down under what year was this book published? The second question says, who is the book dedicated to? So right next to the Verso page is the dedication page. And no, you don't have to write down all those names. But maybe you could read those names and then make a generalization. Like, are these people his friends? Are they his cousins? Are they his agent? Are they his, teachers from school? I don't know. You read and then you make a conclusion about who these people are and why this book would be dedicated to those people. Okay. The next question says, name 2 other books by the same author. Now, this author is pretty fantastic. He has won the Newbery Award, and the Newbery Award, there's one book for children every year that gets the award, and he's gotten it before. So he's a very good writer. He's also gotten the Coretta Scott King Award. And for those of you who don't know, Coretta Scott King is Martin Luther King's wife. And so after his death, she went on to do, lots of different works in the civil rights area. And one of those things she does is find books that represent the things that her husband had worked for. And this was one of those books. And actually, the author has written lots of other books that have won awards like that. So I need you to write down 2 different books that the author has written. If you can't find them within the pages of this book, then you can just do a Google search. But don't forget the About the Author page where it might be listed. The next question says, what is the ISBN number of this book? Now, most books come with 2 numbers. An ISBN number, which is found above the barcode, and a call number, which is typically found on the spine. An ISBN number is a unique number to that book because some books share the same title, but no books share the same ISBN number, okay? The call number is the number you would use to go find it in your public library. Now, since these are from our school library, we don't necessarily have call numbers, so I just wrote the call number right here for you. It would be fiction/Curtis, but you can just write fic/ and the author's name. Those 2 numbers, like I said, are very important so you can find the book online and find the book in a public library, okay? The next question says, how many chapters are in the book? You can figure that one out by yourself. Just look in the back and find the last chapter. And then the next one says, copy the summary sentence found on the Verso page verbatim. If you go to the Verso page, not in this edition there is no summary. So you would write on that line, not applicable. But on very many books, there is a small summary, maybe a sentence or 2 summary here, so that the librarian at the school, at the public library, knows where to put the book. And then finally, we have the second box on that page. And the second box says, what point of view is the book? Who is the narrator? Right? And all the things on this box now that you need to read the first chapter. So that's next video. So what you're going to do right now then is you're going to fill out the introduction page and be ready to show it at the next group. And I'll see you next video.